Alright guys, this is going to be a little bit different video than what I typically do, but it should be just as helpful for you guys. Because of my immobile state, I decided to go over the finances of owning a Viper. So I've had this car for a year and about 3 months, and it sat for about 8 years prior to me buying it. So it needed a lot of tune-up work and just fluid changes and stuff like that. Things that probably most Viper owners should do just to, have peace of mind. So I'll go over the 3 brackets I broke it into, which is the needs, the wants, and then the initial cost. So some of the needs that this car needed, and I did, was a complete fluid coolant flush. So I used that Xerox screen stuff, and that cost me about 50 bucks. The next thing is it cost me about 60 bucks to do an oil change on this thing. And I do it once a year. I obviously don't hit the mileage on an oil change, so I do it yearly, and that's 60 bucks every year. So I've done 2 of those. And the most recent was just a couple months ago, so that's 120 bucks in oil changes. New filter, 8 quarts of oil, it gets expensive. The next thing I did was a diff and trans fluid change. And this, again, it was more just for peace of mind. So I have actually videos on me doing that in case you guys are interested. Pretty simple. Again, if it just put your mind at ease, it's worth it. Not that kind of expensive of stuff to do. The next expensive thing I did was spark plugs and wires. So I did quality wires, and then I forget the brand spark plug I went with, but it was recommended in all the Viper groups. So again, just a tune-up thing. So that's kind of like what I did fluid-wise and tune-up wise to get this thing good to go. The next thing I said that was like for the needs, I spent about 300 bucks on paint products for this car. Polishes, waxes. This thing did not look great when I got it. I mean, it was, like I said, sitting for 8 years. It had like cat paw prints on it. It was pretty gross. So a lot of TLC and elbow grease, in addition to some 3M polishing material I got and polishing pads. The paint looks great. Then the other thing this thing needed was it had the original wheels, which were 21 years old. The original Michelins, so I got these sweet Pirellis on here, and those ran me almost 1,800 bucks from Discount Tire. And I got the the warranty on the back. I think the back tires, maybe the front as well. Just because if you hit a nail on the sidewall or something, I'd be out 500 bucks. So in total, that cost me. Oh, we're having technical difficulties. That cost me $2,561 for the needs. First year and 3 months, that's not bad, right? I mean, I did all the work myself. Obviously, if you paid someone to do it, that number would go up. So really not that bad. Moving to the wants, this is where things, most people probably don't need to do this stuff, the amount of stuff that I've done. But I'll start at the bottom. So I did the K&N air filters with the stock air box, and that ran me $125. And in conjunction with that, I got those Rose smooth tubes, the chrome ones, for $145. Okay. The next thing I did, the shift knob in these Gen 2s, and I believe all the way actually up until the Gen 5s. So Gen 1 all the way through Gen 4 had an extremely long throwing shift knob, and I mean, like, it was huge. I got a Gen 5 shift knob that cut about 1.5 inches of throw off of that total shift knob, and that cost me $170. The other thing, the one really blemish on this car is on the dashboard, on the passenger side. I have this kind of dark circle where it looks like someone put some weird chemical on it and it didn't agree with the plastic, so I ordered a new dashboard, and that cost me $275. Haven't put it on yet, it's up in my closet, but I just wanted it, just because I know down the road I'll probably end up doing that. I spent $265 for the cat delete. I got a complete second-hand exhaust from a member out in Illinois, and that was my donor exhaust that I cut off the cats and put on some stainless steel tubing from Summit Racing. So that cost me $265. And then the big boy that was the one was the Billy Boat exhaust cat back. So from the cat's back, I got 3-inch piping, stainless, beautifully welded. true X-pipe back there, and I have tons of videos on my page that show the sound that this thing makes, and it's pretty incredible. So those were the wants, and that was a grand total of $2,000 and $2,027. Okay, not bad. So between the wants and the needs, I've spent about $4,600. Not bad. Okay, and then the initial costs. So this is a Denver car, and I bought it in February of 2020. So flights to and from, and then shipping were the biggest expenses, other than the car itself. So travel was $450, shipping was $1,100. Again, it was a guy recommended on the Viper Owners Group. Great guy, shipped it awesome. And then the taxes on this thing were close to about $2,000. And then the purchase price, not gonna tell you that one. So I'll leave you on a cliffhanger there. I know some of the local guys I think I've told, but I'm gonna leave that off YouTube. It was a significant amount less than what they're selling for now. So that's everything I got. You know, a fairly cheap supercar to own. It's a classic car, dead nuts reliable. You know, I'll probably be needing a battery here pretty soon. I haven't checked how old the battery is, but you know, I leave this battery tender in and I have no issues. So, been a great car, and that's how much it cost me to own this Dodge Viper.